This video is going to show you how to solve equations with variables on both sides. The next equation we're solving has fractional coefficients. I'm actually going to show you two ways to solve these. If this first way is going to be kind of the more normal way, thinking of it just like we would do a whole number coefficient, but then the second way I'll show you how to do will be to clear the fraction. So for me, it helps me to kind of envision these like terms by circling them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm also going to draw just my line so that I can see what's on each side of the equation. Step one, I actually don't need to do in this case because I don't have anything to distribute. So step two, simplify like terms. I actually don't have anything I need to simplify either. So I'm going to move to step three, which is to move the variables onto one side of the equation. If this looks confusing to you, use a strategy of just putting in whole numbers to kind of get your thinking in the right direction. So if I had 5b plus 7 equals 1b plus 11, how would you do that? Well, we would move this b over to the other side, trying to keep our coefficients positive. Okay, that's obviously not what we have in this case. We have fractional coefficients, but it's going to work the exact same, so don't be thrown off by that. I'm going to move my 1/6b to the other side. I have a positive 1/6b and a negative 1/6b, which make a zero pair. So now I'm going to move them to the other side. 5/6, or 5 copies of 1/6, take away 1 copy of that 1/6 would give me 4/6b plus 7, which equals 11. Now I've got my variables on one side. I can tell the story reverse, and now I've got all my variables on one side, so I can tell the story, reverse the order, and do the inverse if I need to do that. So I know that I'm going to need to subtract 7. This is going to be 0. Subtract 7. I'm going to get 4/6b equals 4. And then I need to divide by 4/6. Now you'll notice that sometimes people skip that step and just multiply by 6/4, since we know that dividing a fraction is the same as multiplying times the reciprocal. So 4 times 6/4, I can see that my 4's are going to simplify to make 1, and I'm going to be left with b equals 6. Again, I can plug this right in to check. Now I'm going to show you how to clear the fraction with this same problem. And again, if this sounds confusing or you want to stick with this original way of solving it, go for it. This is totally optional. But here's how you would do it if you wanted to clear the fraction. Notice that my steps have actually changed for step one. So step one is I'm going to multiply each term by the LCD, or the least common denominator. Well, in this case, it's super easy actually. Because my denominators are the exact same, I'm going to multiply each term by themselves, 6. So it's going to look like this. I have 6 over 1 times 5/6b plus 6 times 7. Again, notice that I'm multiplying each term by that least common denominator. So which equals 6 over 1 times 1/6b plus 6 times 11. My 6 over 6 are going to my 6 over 6 are going to simplify to 1, and I'm going to be left with 5b plus 42, which equals, these also are going to simplify to 1b, or just b plus 66. Again, I'm going to try to keep my Again, I'm going to try and keep my coefficients positive, so I'm going to subtract 1b, or subtract b, from both sides. I get 4b plus 42 equals 66. At this point, if you need to write that story and reverse it, please feel free. I'm going to go ahead and just keep going. Subtract 42, which is going to give me 0 on the left and 24 on the right. I get 4b equals 24. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. I get b equals 6. Again, to go ahead and check that, let's plug it in. 5/6 times 6 over 1 plus 7 equals 1/6 times 6 over 1 plus 11. These become 1's. These become 1's. I get 5 plus 7 equals 1 plus 11. 12 equals 12. I am checked. Hope you found this video helpful and you can better solve equations with variables on both sides.